with me is Barry Alfonso, another member of the Futsal program here at the MSP. Barry, welcome. Pleasant day to you. This program here, first of all, were you involved in football when you were outside?
Yeah, but mostly small goal and big goal, not futsal. First time I playing futsal. Because many guys who play here never really know nothing about this game, this type of football. You know, and since we started playing and thing, we get involved in it. Many of us, partly all of us, get to like it. And we wanted to generate around the country. You understand me? To be established as a sport where we will bring the youths together under love and unity.
How was your experience?
Great, real great, fantastic. Because I'm an old man too, I'm 49 years. And I tell right now with these youths and them, you know. So it's a very great experience and I like the game. You understand me? So I would like plenty of the youths to get involved in it and forget about the crime and all the violence that's plaguing our society right now.
Now, you're all coming out here and having this kind of camaraderie. In your own way, how do you see this benefiting not only you, but the entire prison system?
You see, the sports and thing now does keep down the violence in the prison and the unnecessary tribal. Because it's a man who is Rasta, it's a man who is Muslim, a guy is Muslim, it's a man who is Rasta, who come out and play into and everybody living with love and unity. So this little game here, bringing people together under unity. So it's a very great thing that Mr. Clayton Morris had implemented into the prison. So for that, it's a plus.
The guys who may be not involved in the football, what message would you like to send to them?
Try it. They will like it, try it. Because that give you peace of mind and they bring you closer to each other and make you get to know the guy next door to you mightn't talk to inside. But when you reach out, there's a difference. And so because out here is unity. Inside you and a man might be talking. When you come out here now, you and the same man, they can score a goal or they will pass the ball together and still try to score on the next team. So it's a good thing.
Well, if you have to give a message to the young people on the outside, right? What message that you will give to a young person? Because you see how our society is at present, and it's mostly the young people who are getting involved in certain crime. What message would you like to give to the young person outside here?
Try their best and don't follow the negative things of this place. The negative things are the people who they idolize. Because there are plenty who idolize a man like me, other guys, and want to be like me, they want to be like Barry, they want to be like other guys. But at the end of the day, we go through it, you understand? Because here is not a nice place. You have to make the best out of it while they're here. You understand? So if they can learn from our mistakes that we make and follow the pattern that we go on right now, it will be a good thing for them to be a better person in life.
Well, Barry, it was a pleasure. Let me say thank you very much and let me wish you all the best.
Same to you.
Joining me here is Ricardo Stevenson. Ricardo, not only known for his musical expertise, but he's also the manager of the MSP football team. So first of all, good day again, different role outside the music room on the football field. How did you arrive at being the manager, and tell me a bit about this program here?
Well, first of all, it was I and Sean Paris started football after go cool in the jail and keep the competition, and we started push for the football, and Clayton came and started work with the futsal, right? And being a past member of the defense force and maybe the managerial skill, and the inmates kind of look up to me. That's how I became the manager, right? And the program is working, it's working. If you realize there's a lot of people and improvement, and if they can work here, they can work outside.
Now, what is the purpose? What do you as the manager see as the purpose, the benefits that will arise from a program like this?
Well, the benefits and the powers that be outside, they realize it. Anything what works in jail will work outside because the same people fostering in here to go outside. So when a person gain a kind of, well, we say a skill like in football where it's marketable, they could go outside and go back in their community and teach his skill. You know, because futsal is something we're making. It wouldn't be a great big goal, but it is something that's coming along.
And I'm sure out of all of this, the camaraderie is getting better between the inmates on a daily basis.
Yeah, the camaraderie and the discipline. Because it come like these fellas seeing themselves as national in the jail. So the whole department, everything changes.
Would we see a team from inside the prison entering some tournament outside there and getting involved? Not only, but all this practicing here, these guys will one day want to show up their skills. Are you all working towards that?
Well, if the powers that be make it the Guinness football small goal, we sure if we go outside we'll beat sides. Sure, I don't know if I know about because it is a family now, men here 9-10 years playing together, so everybody know everybody. So if they give that kind of thing, it will kind of raise awareness and it will change people's mindset.
Is there a league that runs in the prison?
Yeah, well, we have different league. We have 4-a-side football, we have 5-a-side. Well, this year the first time we going and try the futsal. Julius, he spoke earlier on, he is one of the person coordinating the rules and everything for it. So we try in the futsal for the first time we'll have 6 teams. Because the small goal race has something like 14 teams.
So being the manager, you will manage the footballers, but the musical side, you will bring out the rhythm section.
Well, it have more than rhythm section in the band, it have parang and thing in the jail. You will be surprised to see the talent it have. Everybody is responsible for their own section. So it'll be good, it's real good.
And I'm sure by you getting involved in the music and in the sports, is helping you to pass your time here.
Of course, remember, I was a past member of the Army Band, and I was a past trainer for St. Anthony's and the national team. So all used to work under, so it comes like I'm doing the same thing I love. Once you're doing something you love, time just pass.
Any message you would like to send out there to the young people?
Not only the young, the powers that be. We have a lot of young people here with talent, rotting in jail. Help them come out, that we can make society better. The only way to treat love is by giving love. You can't treat anything. Love is cure anything. How you come as a cobra? By music. Anything you're dealing with love, it has come back. If you deal hate, you get hate. If you deal love, it has changed.
Ricardo, it was a pleasure as always. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay, with me here is Brendan De Silva. Brendan, welcome to ACTN. First of all, let me find out. When you were outside, you were involved in football?
No, sir.
So this is a new sport for you, being inside prison.
Yes.
How you got started and what's the experience like for you?
Well, this is a different game. It's all about basic and speed. And, well, Coach Clayton Morris is the guy who come in and give all of us the opportunity to change. And this is the time now, is the place, and I am the one.
Do you see yourself continuing in this sport, and what would you like to come out of it?
Well, I know this sport is a good sport, and well, what I would like is a change for every youth in the communities in the ghetto, and this is our way out for every youth here.
What is it like coming out here and being among these guys here who outside of the football might hold grudges against one another, but on the football field now it's a love?
Well, it's a different experience, but everything, once you love football and you have the passion for football, you put everything behind for your football.
Would you like to see a team coming out of the prison and taking part in competitions outside?
Of course. That's the aim, yeah.
Do you have a message for young people?
This is the time, now is the place, and they are the one.
Thank you very much, and all the best.
Same to you, sir.
Okay, another one of the footballers here at MSP, Akil Pereira. Akil, welcome to ACTN. First of all, tell me, is this your first experience in football?
No, well, I playing football since I attend the age, Football come like life to me in a sense, so growing up and thing in the community, that was really out of it, boy. Well, that used to really keep the community together to sports. Kind of way I participate in sports from attend age. So I'm going to say that the first time in football.
You ever play like for what level of football you played outside? That's community?
No, well, I would say community. I did trying in school, but you know how things just go. Yeah. And after that, back community football again.
No, but the football outside and this football is two different football. There's futsal. There's speed, there's energy, everything. What's the experience like for you?
Well, the learning experience great, you know. Yeah, we're going. You remember we are accustomed to two really type of football in Trinidad, yeah? Small goal, big goal. Yeah, kind of way with the futsal now. you're seeing a different type of football. So in a sense now, boy, it just had me wow too, boy. I enjoying it and everything, so hoping for the best.
How much days you all train?
Well, we just try and train at least 2 days a week, Monday, Thursday. If they could think, they go facilitate the next day. Other than that,
The people in authority, what would you, if you have an advice to give them concerning this football, what would you like them to do with this football?
well, I would have like how to play it, boy, for the football to reach that stage that not just here really, outside, yeah, tournament thing, but in a sense too, but it are people who don't know nothing about futsal, really, and truly they the first time I hear about futsal, so they say Trinidad was representing futsal in around, well, the country now. I find, but like, as the country representing in this, it's supposed to be teaching from like small level come up where everybody could learn and be interested in it even self. If you watch the crime rate now, this could have a better thing to do with the crime rate because when you really study it and think too, it go at people off the streets because they're trying to save the youth, the children and this generation really at the country how it is. But if you have something for them to do then, where you keep them off the block, they have a learning sense, some kind of thing. I feel it will be better in a sense too, still too.
If you have the opportunity to talk to the young people right now, to give them a message, what message you would like to send to them?
Boy, pray, boy. Keep us straight head. No matter what, be conscious of God, boy. I the most I can tell the youths, boy, be conscious of God. Have a future, well, plan a future ahead. Don't let no future plan you. Plan your future then. And kind of way, you have something to live for in life then. That's why I go tell the youths then. Yeah.
Are you enjoying your sweat?
No, well, I really come here to learn and I don't really watch it as a sweat. If it was a sweat, I stay inside. Big man thing, I'd have stay inside. If it wasn't a learning experience then, I stay in myself.
If it wasn't beneficial?
Well, all in that. If it wasn't beneficial, then I stay inside. But other than that, alhamdulillah, I all like it.
Well, Aki, all the best and continue doing what you're doing.
Thanks too.
Guys, and that's what made it time to come and share some time with you.
So we hope in the future we can see you at some more events.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Not only football, we have cricket, another type of competition.
Okay. We'll bring some equipment for you. What else will you play? Basketball as well?
Yeah,
Basketball. I'll send some equipment for you, right?
chess. Yeah, you have some more games as well.
Yeah. Okay, Chester. Alright, cool. We send some stuff for them. Good news all around. We're trying our best in the
We have a large fence space out in front here.
Yes, yeah.
Right, so we're going to develop that space for recreation as well.
Okay.
So you got some of these guys are going to use that play football and other games.
Okay.
Part of the plan is to develop that again.
Right.
So you can have recreation.
Okay. Alright, definitely, man, definitely.
You get the support for that, right?
Yeah, man, no problem. And who knows, in the future we have a miniature sport up a football team, we could come and play on a little game or something. But I come to check the quality to see who to buy to bring in.
Certainly, I want to welcome you and I want to take this opportunity for the guys to introduce yourself.
Sawa.
charge. I'm assisting with the coach.
Yeah, man.
All right?
This is the place. Now is the time. And these are the guys to solve crime in Trinidad and Tobago.
It's always a pleasure to chat with you, and welcome to ACTN. How did this program started, and tell me what the program entails?
All right, to be honest, George, this program started 2004 when futsal was introduced to Trinidad and Tobago. I was called by Mr. Tim Key. So he said, they have this new sport, FIFA have this new sport that they want to introduce to Trinidad and Tobago, and he feel I'm the person who he thinks could take this and carry it forward as it really should, because it's targeting guys from in the street, guys from in the ghetto, guys from who feel that there's no hope, there's not any opportunity for them to represent Trinidad and Tobago. He feels that this is an opportunity for those guys and also a crime initiative. And I remember when I asked him, well, how are we going to get the players? And he said, we would run, Chinese had the small goal football, and we look for all the communities that run small goal football, and we asked that person who organizing the football. In this case, we had Wayne Lee from Chinese Association, which helped us a lot. And we were able to have these little small goals competition in all the indoors in Trinidad and Tobago. And I went around each night and watched the players, and we shortlisted 50 players, right? Futsal is 12 players in one game, 5 on the field at one time, 4 and a goalkeeper. And we shortlisted 50 players to bring it down to a squad, a training squad of, let's say, 20. And we shortlisted the 50 players, and every training session we will cut it down, and we cut it down to, as I said, to 20 players. And when I look at the players, because we got a database on them, most of the players came from Laventille, Beetham, Mongdor, Maloney, and these areas, just as Mr. Timke had mentioned to me. So we played in the CFU, we won the CFU, we qualified for CONCACAF. 4 years after, well, the game was stagnant. So 4 years after, 2008, we came back with it. And it so happened we had screening again, and we end up with 12 of the players from 2004. Came again 2015, we had about 8 players from that. Again, those players, as I said, came from these communities. I have been doing this work in the prison since 1990, since after the strike squad, right? As I said, I was looking for something to fill that emptiness. You know, in other words, I was looking for my true purpose on earth. And I realized it's right here, you know, to help these guys. And to 2015 again, we went to the CONCACAF, and here it is. Futsal is stagnant, out, as we would say, the guys here would say, out in the free world. Nobody's playing futsal outside. As I said, I came in here with Petrotrin, and 2014 is when I retired from Petrotrin, and I took up the job at UTT as football coach. And while doing the interview, they said, well, they like UTT also like the coaches to get involved in social response, in the guys. So I was doing this with Petrotrin, so I continue. And given a lot more time now, so that I came in here and had the guys were playing small goal when I came. I used to be playing with them. And then I realized the amount of talent, and futsal is nowhere outside. And again, I remember where the guys who represented Trinidad and Tobago, where they came from. And we started doing futsal here about 3 months ago. And you could see the level, because you came in here, George, and you say thought a small goal, but when you look, you say the guys playing futsal.
Now, where would you like these guys here? As I told Mr. Timke, the music band is allowed to go out and play for the public. Would you like one day to see a team from inside this prison go out and represent the prison in tournaments outside?
Definitely, because this is what I was coming to. So when I came and I put the guys in, we started to organize this, right? I mean, we don't have the correct size of field on the goalpost, what have you. But you get the guys sitting, and more than that, the thing is to get those guys to believe in themselves. Because what I realized is that this place is a place of no hope. And for what football did for me, it bring hope. And I believe it happened to me, it happened to other people like myself who came out of these same background I spoke about, right? It could work for them. And this is what I keep telling the guys, we got to believe, and some of the talent here, my goal is to take these guys outside to play, bring teams inside to play and take them. And as I said, no team is training futsal on the outside. So if it comes to players from here being selected to play with the national team, then so be it.
It was a pleasure. Let me wish you all the best, and I will keep in contact with you, and we support you 100%.
Thank you, George. Thank you.
Right, we are here at the MSP prison. As I said earlier, this is the only full futsal training football program in Trinidad and Tobago, and this program is instituted by UTT and the Prison Service of Trinidad and Tobago, and they conducted by former strike squad Captain Clayton Morris. I have with me here one of the players. I will call his last name because you see the first name, I am Julian. What's your first name again?
Balandemo Julius is the name.
Right. Now, is this the first time you're getting involved in football, or on the outside were you involved in football, especially futsal football?
Well, this is my first experience with futsal, but I play football throughout my life. I represent the country, I represent various clubs throughout my life.
Okay. So tell me about the experience right now with this type of football.
Well, the futsal is something totally different from the normal game of soccer, football. The rules are a little more complicated. It challenges you mentally and physically as well, because it's a faster paced game, short resting time, and it's like basketball. Quick passes, turnover, goals, substitute, everything happen at a pace. So it's a wonderful experience.
How being outside here on this court and in this football helping you to cope with your incarceration?
Well, football actually gives us hope. It takes away from everything. When we out here, all we study to do is play the football, relax ourselves, and we look forward for our next day of coming and train, meeting Mr. Morris and the various people who are involved in this to give us hope, give us not just physical sweat, but it challenges us mentally and physically. It shows us that we can deal with things differently.
What is the camaraderie among the players here? Because there are different personalities, right? And outside of the sport, you might find that people are easily offended. But tell me what the camaraderie is like as a team.
Well, I believe as we have a word with us, used to be role model for the rest of the inmates. And I believe since the start of this futsal by Mr. Morris, it has bridged the gap. You don't hear no violence, you don't hear no stabbing, no chopping up, no anything negative. Everybody now trying to behave and trying to be a part of this here now. So it gives us an insight to do good, to be good, and to whatever we learn, to carry back to our fellow inmates.
What would you like to take from this experience?
As I say, the camaraderie, I think it's priceless. Knowing that people are from various different backgrounds, communities, and what has gone on the outside. With this football and bringing us together as a cohesive unit, it brings the love, and I think that's what was lacking. And if we can continue using sports as a media to bring the youths or the various communities together, I think we will have a deduction in the violent crimes, etc.
Well, let me say it was a pleasure chatting with you, and we wish you all the best.
Thanks very much. It's a pleasure chatting with you all as well.
Okay, joining me here is Mr. Raymond Timke, former president of the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, now inside a MSP prison, but not as an inmate. He's here because football is happening. Mr. Timke, what's the purpose for being here this morning?
Well, let me tell you, futsal started a few years ago.
On that?
Okay. Yeah. At that time I was vice president, and I met Mr. Blatter in Doha. We went at a FIFA convention, and he asked that Trinidad get involved in futsal. So Mr. Warner was there, and Warner told him, President, this man here, he look at futsal. So Warner now just appointed me to take care of futsal in Trinidad. So I first saw Clayton Morris, because I know Clayton, a decent man, a gentleman, and he was sincerely in love with Trinidad football and Trinidad. So I brought him on board, and there's where it started. Well, we became Caribbean champions, everything in the first year and the first everything. So fast forward to now. Oh, let me go back a little bit. One of the emphasis I laid when talking to Clayton was that we must look at the depressed areas, because I saw what football could do. But the boys were playing more small goal on the street. So I take the same thing they were accustomed to, fine-tune it, and for futsal is slightly different. So Clayton did that, but we went to the depressed areas, the best communities, where all the bad things were happening. And there's where the nucleus of our national team came from. When we started, there were boys from different gangs who were not speaking to one. I said, Clayton, bring them. And after 2 or 3 meetings, they became friends. They travel together, they ate together, they share sleeping quarters together. And we saw a difference of behavior among people who were otherwise miscreant. Clayton had mentioned doing work in the prisons a few years ago, but then I was mayor of the city. I was still in football. I had to run my business. I held 2 major state boards, chairman and the deputy chairman, respectively. So I couldn't find time. Not that I'm free as a bird, sort of. When he mentioned to me again, just a few weeks ago, I saw that come on board. And because the focus is that when I came here on Monday, I told them that I would like what I see here to be an example to the community where all these miscreant behaviors come from, right? This must be a model unit. I went as far as to ask Clayton if there's any history of a team from within the prisons representing the country, where the national colors represent the country, because I saw some of the skills displayed by some of these players, and I'm satisfied they could make the national team. And I do not know incarceration should preclude them from representing the nation, okay? And from what I'm seeing here, the rehabilitation is taking place because you're seeing camaraderie, things that did not obtain before. And I intend to push Clayton into going into the women prison as well, and let sports be the vehicle to change behaviors. Because sports look at discipline, it look at obedience to instruction, they look at camaraderie, they understand give and take, and all that stuff. So it's a kind of sociology stroke psychology going on in here, right?
Well, I would like to see the same thing that is done for the music band being done for the footballers, because the music band, because I've been in the prison for, I think, from 2008 or 9, right? And the prison band is allowed to go outside and perform. So I would really love to see these guys.
You're going to see, because I am going to represent myself if I have to go straight to the Prime Minister, the President, whoever, right? I am going to do that, because these guys here, I mean, fellas make mistakes and they do things. Yes. And there are consequences. Yes. But it doesn't mean that's the end of you. It doesn't mean the end of your life. And I am satisfied there are people to whom I've spoken since I've been coming here that, yeah. And I think that we should really, I want to say, be a little more humanistic, but let me not say it, because that could trigger a different kind of conversation. But there has to be an understanding that people do things, that people pay their penalties, and people do in fact change, right? And those are things that we need to address. But I really wish, I could have a voice through sport, and I'm hoping that that voice will be heard in the right places where something could be done. As far as the women are concerned, I just think that all people who are incarcerated should be given a feel for life other than being just a prisoner. And I think sport is going to do that. Well, I'm not in cricket, I'm in football. Yeah. And I think football will do that. I told Clayton, even if the women do not play futsal, we could introduce it to them. And they might be playing netball, then we'll introduce that, So we'll have some work to do with the corporate citizens to get incentives, like prizes, to have competitions. And the theme for this going forward is Love is the Answer. I brought that theme to Rotary International when I was president of the Port Spring Rotary Club many years ago. And you could see, once that becomes a mantra, love is the answer, then we expect to see the behavior following what is said, the spoken word, right? So all the jerseys they're going to have, somewhere they will find place, love is the answer. I told them to get the officers to agree to have prisoners do a banner. Right across here, love is the answer. So wherever you see, love must be emphasized. And I feel we're going to see some changes.
Mr. Timke, it was a pleasure, as always.
As usual.
And I look forward to great things happening here in this football in the prison.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Thank you, yeah.
Okay, I have with me Alonso Valera, and he's from Venezuela. He is on the futsal training program here at MSP. When you were back home, were you ever involved in football?
Yes, long time in my past, I played 8 years in a league professional futsal in my country.
So you played professional futsal? Yeah,
in my country already for 8 years. For Dragones de Carabobo, is this side where we play. And before I get the accident, I have a school and 75 children. That's why I the coach then.
What is the experience like playing with these guys here?
All right. then really that sport in this country is a new sport. Then try to get and learn all the rule, but then get real good and then have a real good ability to play that sport, real good. And all of that what the authorities doing here and all of the people who come together to try to do that is real good. And I call all Trinidad and Tobago to try to get to that sport involved, because that sport is a real beautiful sport and entertaining sport, real nice.
And I guess you will be bringing that experience you had playing at the high level to these guys here.
Yes, I try to make it my best, you know, to try to teach them and coach them too, and help the coach to we get the best to change the face where the people have. That really is wrong, because everybody knows so and everybody have opportunity in this life.
Now, how long is your sentence?
I get 25 to life.
Right, so this here helps you to cope with the system and to make your days a bit more easier.
Yeah, I'll try that real hard, you know, but because of the system what Trinidad and Tobago have. But I still believe in God and must I get a chance.
Well, let me wish you all the best, and I hope that your stay here will be as comfortable as possible. And these guys here, you all will build a camaraderie where a lot of love will prevail.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yes, I have with me Peter Alyong, the brother of Andy Alyong and Eddie, former Trinidad and Tobago great footballers. You are inside here today, MSP, where all these guys are playing their football. But there is a special purpose that you are here. Tell me about that purpose.
Well, my purpose here is really to look at the crime situation. Now, why I am saying that is that when I first came in here, I saw where they couldn't touch one another. Each one of these guys here from different areas. And let me tell you something, outside there, to solve the crime, you have to start from inside here. Let me tell you something, all of these boys inside here could just do a little click of the finger so and stop the crime in their particular area. All of them are leaders in their areas. And the authorities have to understand that and come and talk to these people. They could solve the crime from in here because they are already running their areas inside here. From inside here, they are running their areas. They are running, like, for instance, Barry Alphonse from Dorita Street. Barry have a business outside, and I know he running it from inside here. And nobody do interfere with that business. Don't run to rob it and all kind of thing. The authorities need to liaise with these fellas in here. They have created something that I have seen. I never saw a constructive discipline. Now, they weren't so when we first came in here. But the constant talking to them and telling them what they can do and giving them the confidence to not to go back out there. Let me tell you something. Eh? We had a chat, and the area that what we are looking at is, you know, people will tell you, boy, your father in school, your father is a jailbird, your father in jail. You see, that had to cut out. Because let me tell you something, they're going to be role models for their children outside there. What we want to do and what we did, besides what the coaching, you see, you have Clayton who's doing the actual coaching, but there is another part of coaching which we need society to come in with us and just talk. They just want to see, if you know the love these fellas have. This is no joke what I'm telling you. You know, I'm talking to you now and my paws raising because of the love, and they appreciate what we are doing. No money, they say, could buy what they are doing inside there, what we are doing for them.
Mr. Alyong, it was a pleasure.
Let me tell you something. Right now, we're going to start a league with them here. We have about 48 players. We're going to start an internal league with them. And let me tell you how this thing, right now I want 48 t-shirts. Anybody outside there, please get in touch with Clayton Morris, myself, or Raymond Timke. We need to get those t-shirts to start this competition. Here, what is the prizes? The prizes are if a team win, whatever they get, most outstanding player. We're not giving them the money because they have nowhere to spend it. They can't go in no store. You understand? They have a tuck shop outside here, which is very expensive. But what we want to do is to get them with their lady outside there with their children and get it to the children for their books. So in other words, they become a role model to their son, although they're in jail. And this is what we want to change. Community, society, we need you in here with us.
Thank you.
Don't be afraid. They have a lot of love in them.
Thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you. Okay, thanks very much.
Okay, I have with me Ako and Anthony, both inmates and in the program trying their skills at the futsal. Let me start with Ako. Ako, is football new to you or have you been in football?
Well, growing up I play a little football but never on no professional level. So as we come here, Clayton Morris teaches us a lot of techniques and a lot of stuff that we wasn't exposed to. So with the little home skills and put that together, we go have something going.
What is this experience like for you?
Well, it's a good thing, it's a new thing, and it has helped you discipline yourself too. And it's fun.
Anthony?
Yes, sir.
First time football or you were involved in football?
I'm involved in football since I was small.
What futsal football is new to you?
No, this futsal football new to me because I'm accustomed to big goal and small goal competition. Right, so this is my first futsal football here and I find, well, you know, it's really interesting. You know, some people may watch it as normal football, but it's not normal football as Mr. Clayton Morris say. There's the only team here from the prison really playing futsal football, and which in a time where we believe that these will be the players here to represent Trinidad and Tobago.
So you all have set goals already, aiming at playing for the national team in futsal?
Yes, sir.
That is only normal.
Now, behind bars, you all have time to reflect and see life differently. But when you look on the outside, you've seen crime is perpetrated by children. Because when you look at the age, I will start with you, Patrick. What message would you like to send to the young people outside there to take them away from a life of crime?
Well, as far as I can see, well, over the past 2-3 years, well, you've seen certain hotspots out there, certain community, they started to develop like little sports like Cafu come from Brazil the other day, it had a little competition. And you know, these is things youth start to try to interact themselves into now. You know, everybody make mistakes and make little outs in life, but that don't mean that you could just crush them. Just so you know, at times in life that a man could change, a child could change. You know, so more youths we could get into this program, it's more better for we where, you know, parents will go and sit down and watch their children do something beneficial. Especially something like this, because it are plenty people always wanted this opportunity to play for the country instead of playing club football and little community football. You know, it's something that you can establish yourself that people may see you know, and like a performance and a standard. And as I watching it now, well, I wouldn't say, well, it's age. Just bring football due to your potential and your skills and your condition. Because if you're watching professional football, it are players like Francesco Totti. These fellas resign at the age of 40 for Roma. You know, so, you know, it's a real nice thing. It's just you have to take it serious and do something. And what we're trying to show people here, what Mr. Clayton Morris trying to show plenty youths here, that this could make you reach somewhere in life. But you, within yourself and your own mindset, have to take it very serious and put it to use.
All the best, but don't leave here. Send a message to them young children outside there.
Well, what I go tell them is that this crime thing don't make no sense. At the end of the day, you have to put God first for your family and then look to achieve what you want, you know. A lot of us made mistakes and regret it. And with our next chance, we wouldn't even dream to go wrong the things where we went wrong. So I would tell them just stay away from it.
What better way to end this session here at the MSP prison? As I said, we came here to highlight the positive side of sport inside the prison, an initiative between UTT, the prison, Clayton Morris, and a number of people who are doing work behind the scenes. You heard from the inmates, you heard their story, you heard their experience, you heard the messages that they sent out, especially to the young people of Trinidad and Tobago. We at ACTN continue to bring you all the positive sides of the prison. We brought you Father's Day, Mother's Day, all the different programs. And today we brought you a different side in sport, futsal, the proper training of futsal inside MSP. We hope that you will continue joining us as we continue to highlight the positive side of things that happen inside our prison system, and look forward to when the league starts inside the prison. Look forward to getting matches on ACTN. So we hope you enjoyed this interview. We hope that you will stay tuned. Remember, every Saturday at 6 p.m. log on to ACTN. We bring you something from our prison. So stay tuned, same time, same channel.